In this video, I'm going to show you how to get an iPhone that will not charge without wiggling the connector just right or wrapping it around the phone. How to get it to charge pretty much like it was brand new, and it won't cost you hardly anything at all. Just all you'll need is some kind of super glue and a piece of paper. So I don't know if you can see this very well, but in here on the bottom of this port are where the pins are. And then the top, what can happen is the top can actually wear away, and it can allow the port to become loose and the connector to not press against the pins as tight as it used to. Or what could have happened is the pins can be pressed down just from getting gunk in there and stuff, and you can try and clean that up. But I'm going to show you another trick here. So you take this little piece of paper, I just cut it from another piece, and it's about the same size as a normal Lightning connector. And what you do is you put it inside there, and you align it to the top, because what we want to do is press this connector down evenly. I have the piece of paper seated in there. You can see it's kind of pressed to the top because I put this in once. There it is. Because I put the connector in once before. So I'm going to try it again here. So now we can see it's charging. It's at 5% because it hasn't been charged for a while. And that's all I've done to it. Before, I would have to wiggle this and get it in just the right position. And right now, for the most part, no matter what I do, it's going to still show that it's going to charge. So that's the first thing you do. You just put a piece of paper in there, and what that does is it makes the connection tight again. But eventually that piece of paper will fall out. That's where the super glue comes in. So I'll show you how to do that next. Now when you're doing this, it's important to not put very much on there. You only need a tiny bit, because you don't want it to. That might even be too much. I can scrape some of it away. I scraped away most of the super glue. There's just a tiny little film, and of course it stuck to my hand a little bit, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is slide it back into the phone, making sure the super glue is at the top of the inside of the port, and then slide the connector back in, and it should be good to go. So as an additional disclaimer here, this is what it should be. This is the top of the phone, the home button. The paper needs to be aligned up there. If you put this on the bottom, you will ruin your phone. It will not work anymore with the super glue on it. With just plain paper, you're fine, but please don't glue your pins on the bottom. You're gonna have a bad time. Just wanted to clarify that. And there we go. It's in there. I don't know if we can see just a little bit of the paper. I don't really want to pull it out right now. I want it to dry, but as you can tell, it's charging. Now back up to 6%. And then what will happen eventually, actually, the paper in here will eventually wear away, leaving only the glue. And you can do this multiple times if this happens again. The phone I'm recording this on, I've actually had to do it twice too, but before then I was having to wrap it in all kinds of weird ways just to get it to charge. And if your port is worn away even more, you can try doing two pieces of paper, but I just took it a little bit from this right here. I just cut it with this little utility knife, and hope that helps some people. It's worked for me on these two devices now, and I've done it to a couple of friends as well. Just cutting just a piece of paper, no glue, and as far as they're concerned, it's magic. So feel free to share this video with anyone else who has trouble keeping their iPhone charged, and hopefully this helps you out.